I speak English, French, and Pidgin. That probably tells you exactly where I'm from. I was born and raised in Cameroon, a lower middle income country in Central Africa. And like most people who grew up where I grew up, I was taught one formula for success: study hard, get good grades, get a good job. That advice was not wrong, but it was incomplete. And what was missing nearly cost me everything. Look, I grew up in a middle class family. My father worked hard to provide for us. He left early in the morning, came back late at night. We were very close. We talked about many things: education, life, the future. But we never talked about money. I don't mean asking for pocket money to buy something. That's not a money conversation, that's a transaction. I mean real conversations. How do you build wealth? How do you budget when income is inconsistent? What do you do when money runs out? How do you plan for a future you cannot predict? We never discussed any of that, and I suspect your family didn't either. Most African families actually don't. Our parents protected us from those conversations, maybe because they didn't have the answers themselves, or maybe because money was too stressful to discuss openly. So we inherited the formula instead: study hard, get good grades, get a good job. It was the best advice they had, and I followed it. I did study very hard. I made good grades. I moved to the UK and kept going. More qualifications, more credentials. I became a member of the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. I completed an MBA in Financial Management. To it, I added a Master's in International Business Management. And after extensive industry experience, I eventually got the job I was promised: a position at one of the big four accounting firms. By every measure I was taught to care about, I had made it. But something didn't feel right. I had a good job. I had status. I had a salary. What I didn't have was financial security. I was earning well, but I wasn't building wealth. I was working hard, but I wasn't free. I had followed the formula perfectly, but the formula had a ceiling. That's when I realized a good job is not the same as a good life. I will rewind a little. Around the time I got to the UK, I met someone who changed how I thought about everything. I met a mentor, someone who had built businesses, failed at businesses, and built again. He showed me a completely different model. Start something, fail fast, start again, keep going until something works. It was the opposite of everything I've been taught. So I decided to test both models at the same time. While doing my corporate job, I was building businesses on the side. Some failed badly, but I kept going. After a couple of years at the Big Four, I made a decision. I left. I went all in on my own businesses. Today, I run several companies, including an accounting practice that helps businesses manage millions in turnover and assets. By the world's definition, my mentor's model worked. But here's what nobody tells you. Running my own practice opened my eyes to something I didn't expect. I've worked with thousands of business owners. I've seen behind the curtain. And here's what I found out. Not everyone who followed the first model was unhappy. Some people studied hard, got good jobs, and built genuinely fulfilling lives. Not everyone who followed the second model succeeded. Some people started businesses, took massive risks, and ended up worse than where they started. Stressed, broke, and broken. The internet will tell you entrepreneurship is freedom, that jobs are slavery, that you are a failure if you work for someone else. That's a lie. Entrepreneurship is somehow overrated. I know that's not what you expect me to say, considering the second model worked for me. But let me be honest with you. The chance of your business surviving its first year is just about 20%. In sub-Saharan Africa, 90% of small and medium-sized businesses fail within the first 5 years. Nobody talks about that. They focus on the success story. They don't talk about the rejection that kills your confidence. They don't talk about the income instability, the loneliness, the burnout, the mental health struggles, the years of sacrifice with no guarantee of anything. I have lived it. I have seen it, and I refuse to pretend it's glamorous. Jobs are not the enemy. A job gives you predictable income. It gives you stability, structure, benefits, work-life balance, reduce risk. If you're not a natural risk taker, there's nothing wrong with choosing that path. Our parents pushed us towards jobs because they wanted to give us security. That wasn't ignorance, that was love. The problem isn't jobs. The problem is thinking a job alone will make you wealthy. It won't. But neither will a business unless you understand how money actually works. I had to tell you my story so you understand something important. Until recently, I didn't understand money either. I was a qualified accountant, had multiple degrees and certificates. I was building businesses, managing millions, but my personal finances were a mess. I was not alone. I watched intelligent founders with great ideas build businesses that should have worked. They failed. That realization hit me so hard I decided to study it formally by doing a doctorate, researching exactly these. Why viable SMEs fail and how they can be transformed for growth. I needed to understand the system, not just survive it. Intelligence or professional financial knowledge does not equal healthy money habits. Most finance professionals I know struggle with savings. They make poor investment decisions. They carry debt they shouldn't. Being smart or good at finance professionally does not automatically make you good at building wealth personally. I learned that the hard way. If you don't understand money today, that's fine. You are not alone. We start this journey now. I built this channel because I noticed something. The people who look like me, Africans, especially those in the diaspora, are the ones who need financial education most. Unfortunately, we are also the ones who have it the least. Most financial advice is not tailored for us. It assumes you have no family obligation across continents, no remittances to send back home, no pressure to be the family's success story. Most immigrants need to build everything from scratch in a country that wasn't designed for them. I am building the channel I wish I had. If you're part of the African diaspora, in the UK, in France, in Asia, in the USA, Canada, anywhere in the world, trying to build wealth while navigating family, culture, and systems that weren't made for you, this channel is for you. If you're building a business in Africa or thinking about starting one, and you want to understand what actually makes businesses succeed, not trends, not hypes, but real financial foundations, this channel is for you. If you're a first-generation success story, carrying expectations you never asked for, trying to balance your future with the people you love, this channel is for you. If you're a government representative, policymaker, development initiative, who wants to grow an economy, a sector, or an industry by leveraging the enormous potential of SMEs, digitalizing and transforming them towards growth, this channel is for you. I'm going to talk about money. I'm going to talk about business, about systems, about the things nobody else is saying. Some of it will be practical. Some of it will be uncomfortable. All of it will be honest. That's my story, or at least the version that fits in one video. If any of this resonated, if you've lived some version of this story, or you're in the middle of it right now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're building. Tell me what you're struggling with. And if you want to come along as I share what I've learned about money, about businesses, and about building something real, subscribe. I will be posting every week. My name is Tang Musi. The foundations first, always.